Hi, friends.
Good morning. It's Monday.
Where my friends at?
Coffee date.
Coffee date Monday. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to good conversation
And randomness.
and randomness today. I'm feeling a little nervous
We both nervous.
because there is no topic today.
There is no topic. Mama Bab,
Hi, Mama Babs.
always there. Smiling. Hey, do you guys know that Kai is contemplating getting sister locks?
I am. I've been thinking about it for a while. People like Mama Babs and my sister-in-law, Yvonne, makes me want to just do it.
Should do it. Natural.
But it's like if it can't start off looking like theirs, it's like I don't want to do it.
Yeah, because Gail's hair is really growing.
Yeah,
Her hair
it
is
looks
really
so
starting to
good.
grow.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like if I can't look like that right away, I don't want to do it. Hey, hi Ayana, how are you? You catching the live this time instead of the playback? Look at you. Look at you catching us
early.
on live. Catching us live. How are you guys doing? It's almost Christmas. How many days till Christmas?
Who knows?
Who knows?
What is today, actually? The 16th? Yeah,
I
today's
don't
the 16th.
know what today is.
Today's the 16th. Yes.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon in
From
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you on here. How have you guys been? Your babies are probably big by now.
Huge.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see everybody.
Hey there, Pastor Jenny.
Yes. Hey,
How's-
Molly.
How's your feet? Because you preached them off yesterday. So are your feet doing okay? Because you preached off your feet
She
yesterday.
preached hard.
She preached her feet off.
Yes.
She's probably missing some feet today. So, Christmas is almost here, and our holidays are going to look a lot different because some of us are used to gathering with family members and stuff like that, but we're all kind of being challenged to make different kinds of plans this year, and so I know for a lot of us, it's gonna feel a lot different, So, what's everybody's plans?
What are your plans for this holiday season? Mm-hmm. Everybody, well, at least for some of us that are here in California, I think, honestly, I think the consensus is everybody just wants this to be over, but yet everybody wants to be safe.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see any family members get sick. So we're error on the side of caution. So we're just saying, okay, this year, at least this year, I understand what the science says. I understand what the data says. But this year, I'm just trying to make sure that nobody in my family gets sick. And I just want to get through this year. I just want to get through December. And I think kind of like, was it Pastor Jenny said that come 2021, she says, what makes you think that things are going to be different? Just because the year changes.
Yeah.
So I think, everybody's having for a better year. They're hoping for a better year. But right now, I just really hope that some of the family people, their families and everything like that, just stay safe. Stay safe. I know personally, I have a big family. And it's kind of hard for us because we have a big family and we're right here in the Fairfield, Suisun area. My mother, who I won't say how old she is, but praise God, I miss my mom, my mommy. And
I miss your mom too.
yeah, and we want to be with her, but we want to see her be well into her 90s.
Right.
And we just want to make sure that we stay, keep her safe and healthy. So that's
Yeah.
that's what we're doing as this part of the Butcher family.
Yeah. Hey, Rocky, how you doing, girl?
Yeah.
Hey, Reese.
Yeah.
Reese just got a new baby.
Yes, she does. She
Got
does.
a puppy.
Yeah, and also, you guys, whatever you do, and I've said this since the beginning, you got a lot of people in the faith community that are telling you they're calling people, oh, you're just sheep and you're doing what the government says. And no, I understand that. I know about Romans 13. I know all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, God has given us wisdom. And he says that we need to get out of everything we need to get wisdom. That's in Proverbs. So we got to hold on to her. So we need to make sure that we are using wisdom during this time. But most of all, use your faith.
Yeah. Use
your faith. Whatever you do, do it in faith. Because without faith, it's impossible to please God. So if you're going to stay at home, do it by faith. If you're going to congregate with your family members and friends, do it by faith. So that's what I just want to encourage you guys to do.
Yeah, just learning how to please God in every season of our life. You know, I know for us, like just learning how to be grateful in every situation. It just reminds me of what Paul was saying when he said, "I've learned how to be content in all seasons, like basically in all areas. When I have a lot and when I have a little." And so we're all learning how to be content, how to find gratefulness, and how to hold on to gratefulness in our hearts when our life doesn't look like our normal. You know what I mean? When we're not able to do what we want to do, like, will we still remain grateful? So I think it's a great challenge for us, especially us that are followers of Christ. You know, when we're following after Christ, we have to do things different. We can't just be grumbling and complaining and being all mad all the time like everybody else. We should be knowing how to hold on and foster gratefulness, hold on to thankfulness in our hearts, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I agree with you.
So I think this season is all about that, learning how to be content in all areas of our life.
If you're not content, then you need to look at your content, okay? You guys get that? Content. You were supposed to say something at that point. The randomness?
Yeah. It's random.
Well, I mean, you look at it right now. Everybody right now is feeling some kind of way because, like, Paul said, I've learned in all seasons to be content. But look at most of us now. We're not content with our situation. It's like, no, I want this, I want that. No, I need more. Oh, I got too much. I got, they got more and I got less, and they're doing this and we're doing that. Why? Because of our content. And our content is the Word of God. And the more Word of God that we have in us, that's where the richness and fullness of Christ abounds in us. And we're like, man, it doesn't matter whether I'm sitting at home or I'm at work or I'm with family or I'm not a family. In all things, I've learned to be content.
Yeah, because no matter what we do, we can always look around and see something that we can be grateful about.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because, like, if you're having a hard time being grateful in your situation, like, man, reach out, look around. There's so many people that would love to be in your position, that would love to have some of your problems. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we feel like our problems are super heavy, and believe me, some of our problems are really heavy.
They are.
But when we look around at other people and what they're carrying, sometimes you're like, Lord, I thank you that your grace is sufficient enough for me, for what I'm carrying. So let's just be grateful and have content and just be, thankful for where we're at in our season of life. So, these cute little kids are outside playing. It's so sweet. I love when kids come outside to play.
For real.
I feel like more kids should be outside playing instead of inside on their devices all the time.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here looking at this kid ride his bike.
He's so cute.
He is cute. And I think, amen, Raquel, not just about what we said, but also our kids need to go outside.
For real.
Especially right now. The sky is beautiful here in Northern California.
Yeah, we need some vitamin D.
We need vitamin D.
Yeah.
Definitely. By the way, I just wanted to give a shout out to my sister who's watching. My sister, I got 3 sisters. Yvonne, Gail, Butcher. Hey sis, love you. Can't wait to see you and give you a hug. We miss you. Just wanted to give you some love.
Love ya.
Yep. And
love your hair.
Yeah. And then sister Mama Babs said that you need to just go ahead and lock your hair up.
You need to just do it.
Just do it. What do you guys think? You guys think
I'm scared because once you do it, you can't go back.
She can't go back. Tell her just to get it done.
You can't go back though.
I think it's beautiful.
Once it's done, it's done.
But you look at Jackie's hair with the sister locks, Mama Babs.
Yeah.
And those are the sister locks.
I'm hair crushing on all those people too. All
of
them.
Yeah. And then my daughter-in-law with the dreads, my sister with the dreads, and I remember when my daughter-in-law started dreading her hair up when she was in high school, and you look and you're like,
She went through the process.
She went through the process, but now her dreads are down here. and she can do whatever she wants to with them. My sister Yvonne, I remember she went through the little process, and now look at her hair. Her dreads are probably down to right here.
Sabrina said no. Sabrina said that's a no.
No, Pastora?
On locks, Pastora. Z is voting no. We got one vote for no.
Negra.
We got one vote for no.
Yeah.
You guys, we don't have a topic today, as you can see.
Today is just random.
Which is not making me feel very safe.
No. It's almost Christmas time. What are we talking about here? Let's talk about Santa Claus. Can we talk about Santa Claus?
Sure, if that's what you want to talk about.
You want to talk about Santa Claus? Let's talk about the Electoral College that's making a vote today.
Z, you should have sent a list. Last time she
Yeah,
sent a list.
Z sent us a list last time.
Yeah.
About questions. So I know what we could talk about just briefly. Last week we did touch on the subject of mental health, not just with Christians, but some people that are on here, they're not Christians, or they definitely call themselves Christians. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, whoever you believe in, whatever. I just want to talk to you about mental health, and that's what we talked about last week. Mm-hmm. But one of the things that we're not seeing, we're just now seeing in the media, is we're so focused on what we can't do and how we're staying at home. Is how are you guys doing? I mean, we're looking and we're like, how is your mental health? A lot of times we don't realize, and I'm not even talking about people that just deal with, especially soldiers, that deal with PTSD and everything else like that. Let's just talk about what's going on right now. Don't talk about you having anxiety disorders, PTSD, and all this other stuff. Now you got to deal with everything that's going on in the news and the media. And none of us, I won't say none of us, a lot of us aren't asking for that help. And my question for you today is, have you looked in the mirror and asked yourself, are you okay? Are you okay right now? Emotionally. Are you being, see, if you're at a point, and let me give you some symptoms of depression, anxiety. A lot of times, if you're losing your temper real quick, if you find yourself sitting and being sad and crying, just crying for no reason, like a commercial comes up and you just start bawling, just for no reason. You're in the shower, you're just crying, you're sad. You start thinking about, I want to go to the store, but I don't want to go to the store because I just saw it in the news and I can't wear my mask and I'm not breathing well. I just coughed. Oh my gosh. If you start getting these things, these anxiety things, there's sometimes we need to reach out and maybe ask for help. Personally, I really feel that we as Christians should meditate on the word and ask the Lord for help. And then he will give you the help that you need to sustain you. But he also is giving you wisdom to go out and reach out and ask for that help. And see, people around you, a lot of times there's always a silent cry and nobody understands that. So when somebody's like depressed and then you see somebody had to commit suicide, usually the family will sit around and they'll go, I never saw it coming. I never knew that it was coming. They seemed okay. Even like pastors, they'll have great ministries, everybody around them, and all of a sudden, here they go, boom. And everybody's like, I didn't see that happening. Mostly because I don't think we take time to see the signs and acknowledge the signs. Or just to look at somebody and go, are you okay?
But I feel like a lot of us are asking that question. A lot of us are asking that question of each other. We're saying, are you okay? But a lot of us are getting the polished answer. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, I'm okay. I'm fine. So, it's like people can't force their way in, That's why, we have the Lord, he's our living hope. And so he's the one that he's able to know what's going on. He's a discerner of hearts. But the Lord works through people a lot of times. And a lot of times it's up to us to be humble and let that pride go. God gives grace to the humble. The reason why he gives grace to the humble is because they're humble enough to receive it and say, okay, yes, I need this. Thank you. Thank you. Because sometimes we're just too prideful. And especially, you touched on pastors, and I feel like pastors are some of the most prideful, arrogant people I've met. And I've met a lot of pastors, you guys. And I just pray to the Lord that I'm not one of them, and I just can't see it, because pride is one of those things where it's like you can smell everybody else's pride, but you can't smell your own. Right? It's like bad breath. You can see it on everybody else, but you can't see it on yourself.
Pride is like a mask.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Nobody can smell your breath but you. You're like, man, I didn't realize my breath stunk that bad, right?
Yeah,
but that's really what's happening right now.
Mm-hmm. So, because of pride, and especially with a lot of pastors and key leaders, they feel like they're supposed to be okay emotionally, like they're not supposed to need people to comfort them or help them or encourage them. They feel like that position of being the encourager only belongs to them.
Come on.
And that is just such a big lie. It's a lie that's really been fed to people who are prideful. And a lot of times we don't even know we're being prideful when all we want to do is just bless people, because blessing people is wonderful. It's great. It's awesome. But we give and we take. We give to one another, and so the same way we give to one another, we have to take our turns in receiving also, because that's the way the Lord has designed his body. The right hand is not going to be the one that's giving to the whole body all the time. Now it's time for the right hand to sit back and let the left hand nurture them and comfort them and give to them, and then the mouth has to take a turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the whole body has a function, and we have to allow humility to come in so that we can let other people that the Lord has placed in our life give to us what we need. And so many of us, because of pride, has choked that out in our lives. We have choked out some nutrients and some good things that's supposed to come into our life. We've closed those channels. We've closed those rivers, and things can't flow into our lives because we've shut that out because of pride. So we really got to examine ourselves. Like, am I the one that's always looking to go around helping people all the time, blessing people all the time? What is it like when people want to bless me, when people want to help me, when people ask me if I'm okay, if there's anything I need? Check yourself and find out how many times have you been pulling out that fake polished up answer. Because God gives grace to the humble. You may have missed a couple of opportunities when God's saying, hey, I have some more grace for you. God's always offering us more grace for our situation.
And sometimes that grace comes in a form of a person who's an encourager. Mm-hmm. Blessings aren't things that pop out of the sky.
Right. Yeah. Even our children. I mean, just talking to parents right now. Even our children, you guys, God uses our children so many times to encourage us. God gives grace to the humble. When you are humble to be able to receive from anybody, whether that's a child or a donkey or you know what I'm saying? Like, that means God can fully give you the full gamut of grace that you need in your life.
Definitely. And the Bible specifically speaks about bear each other's burdens. Mm-hmm. That's what we're supposed to do. And it says when one rejoices, we all rejoice. Yeah. When one mourns, we all mourn. And I, as some, not just pastors, but people will sit back and they'll be depressed, and they're like, well, I'm going to go find somebody to bless.
Yeah, and that does help.
And that helps.
It does.
But sometimes we don't realize what we're doing is just really buffering our building our pride back up to make us feel better, because I'm going to go bless somebody else.
Now you feel good about yourself.
You feel good about yourself, but then that feeling leaves. I know
temporary.
It's temporary. My daughter specifically, she would come, my daughter's a huge encourager, huge encourager. She's like her dad. But there's times that she would come, and it used to bother me, but then I started realizing she would come to me in my times of discouragement, and I would think I'm her dad. I'm the one that needs to be encouraging her, but she would come to me and say, Dad, are you okay? You know what? I really love you, Dad. You're the best dad in the world, for no reason. And I started learning to accept the blessing that God was giving me. Watch this. To accept the grace that God was giving me through my daughter in that moment. Mm-hmm. So there's times that God will give you grace through people, through the form of encouragement, and we need to learn how to receive that. Now, there was a time that the prophet had went to the widow of Zarephath and told her, go and make me a cake. Watch, he demanded a blessing because he understood something. He didn't need anything. He looked at the women, the widow of Zarephath, if I'm calling this right. She went out and got the pots. And he said, but before you go out and do all that, I need you to make me a cake. And she says, I have nothing left to eat but a little bit of meal and a little bit of oil. And we're going to eat this, me and my son, and we're going to die.
We're going to die. Mm-hmm.
Now watch this. You don't think that she needed some encouragement? But at the same time, the man of God also turned around and looked at her and said, listen, I need you to give me some encouragement. Give me something to eat. Bless me. And he blessed her. And he says, but I got a blessing through grace that God has given him. I'm going to give you the same grace. Now go, once you fed me and you've given me that encouragement, guess what? He says, go out and get pots, as many as you can, and go out and borrow them. And that's when she got the overflow of the blessing and the grace that God has given her. Sometimes, saints, we need to turn around and learn, number one, how to demand a blessing. And I'm not talking about going to somebody and say, look, hey man, I'm discouraged. I need $50. No, it's like, God, I need some encouraging right now. And God hears you. And then all of a sudden, a song may even come by. A song just on the radio. A person might come by and look at you and say, you know what, those shoes that you got on look really good. Just things like that. God will give you grace when you least expect it in different ways that you will never even know about it. Definitely. Coffee break.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Good stuff. And I feel like a lot of us, we really need to desire a healthy community around us too. Like, I feel like healthy community around us, being fortified in a healthy community is really important. Like, a lot of times we value the people that maybe we can call and just forget about all our cares, wash all our cares away with alcohol or drugs or whatever. Like, I'm just going to call this group of people because I know they'll always be down to just get lit, get turned, get crazy.
Get
and
turned.
We're just going to, it's probably old. I'm like probably dating myself, but
Yeah, we're a little.
I'm going to call them and I'm going to forget about all my cares, right? But they're not the people to call when you are in need of encouragement, like the real kind, you know what I mean, that will sustain you. Because when we find out that we're only surrounded by a community that can lead us to temporary highs that will leave us even lower than we were the first time, then we need to really start desiring and praying to be surrounded by a more healthy community. I feel like all of us, a lot of times we don't put as much value as we should on the community around us. And especially people like me that more introverted, where we don't go out and like we just talking to a bunch of random people all the time, but realizing that healthy community surrounding you is very important.
Very important.
And that those things take work. Because it takes your attention and it takes a priority. It should be taking a priority in your life. Like, I want to have a healthy community around me where people will lead me to things that will sustain me and build me and equip me, not tear me down, leave me toe up, leave me looking like I'm 50 when I'm only 30. Do you know what I'm saying? Because listen, y'all, the turn up leaves some residue in your body. I'm trying to tell you, you can't keep turning up like you used to and you keep thinking you're gonna look the same. I'm telling you, somebody gonna look at you and be like, whoa, are you the grandma? No, I'm not. I'm actually the daughter. Like,
Yeah.
so what I'm saying is, like, some of these things that we do to satisfy ourselves in a moment is actually has a greater cost than we know it. And we need to desire healthy communities that will lead us to things like Jesus, church, things that will equip us and prepare us for the future, for our life that, the Lord has for us. So, yeah.
Yeah. And on that note of mental health, let's talk about this. You guys ready? We had a really good word yesterday, Sunday. We don't even know what the message was from Pastor Jimmy.
It's called Unrehearsed.
It's called Unrehearsed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Basically, this whole 2020 was unrehearsed.
Yeah.
It was unplanned.
Mm-hmm.
Things have changed, everything. But I just wanted to share with this is most of us in the faith community, we get Pastor Jenny, you guys got to go listen to it. But to sit back and think, just because we've prayed and we ask God for something, and then all of a sudden it doesn't happen, why are we left with this feeling of maybe I didn't have enough faith? Mm-hmm. or we sit back and go, well, God didn't do it. You know, those kind of things. This is one of the things that Pastor Jenny presented to us yesterday during the message. But I wanted to share something with you guys, too, with mental health. Now, I don't believe in throwing things at patients. But one of the things that I want to leave you of today, and some of you guys might even be listening from the faith community, is that sometimes God will answer some of your issues through doctors that may prescribe you medications. And a lot of times we have this faith and we're like, no, I believe God's going to do this. God's going to do it. God's going to do it. I have faith. And we don't realize that there are some medications that may help us that God is working through for us, if you understand what I'm saying. Some of people are so depressed that instead of getting counseling and maybe a little bit of help with medication, sometimes we just go, well, I'm just going to rely upon God. And, you know, some of these things are from the earth and we're just going to use this stuff from the earth. Don't get me wrong with that. But people will do the same thing as other people and do the whole turn up stuff. It's not medicinal. It's just basically trying to suppress some things. And what I'm sharing with you today is if you are seeing a doctor and they're prescribing you with medication, let them treat you. Don't become an internet doctor. Don't become an MD like me. You guys need to make sure that you should listen to what your doctors are telling you and get the help that you need. And if there's medication involved, make sure you're taking your medication properly. I have friends that were on medication that all of a sudden the medication was good, life is great. They're like, look, man, I don't even need this medication anymore because life is great. And then they stop taking their medication and then they have a relapse and then they go even deeper into depression or any other psychiatric issue that they have. And then all of a sudden it's even 10 times worse. So I wanted to help you guys understand that, first of all, that that kind of faith that you're sitting back and you're thinking about, oh, well, God didn't heal me. No, God did heal you, but not just the way that you thought. Your mind is like, no, well, God, you're going to heal me and touch me. Me right now with my stroke, I know I'm healed. But I got some things going on mentally that God is healing me of. I may not look the same way. I may not be able to talk the same way, but I'm still healed. And I want you guys to understand that God, he'll bring doctors, he'll bring medicine to make sure you stop relying upon your own strength and rely upon your faith in God and who he is, and allow God to start making the moves for you when it comes to doctors, when it comes to medication, and stop being an internet doctor and get off of WebMD. That's all I'm just trying to say. Mm-hmm.
Vitamins too, man. We need to take our vitamins.
Now, vitamins, definitely. You need to take vitamins, definitely.
Like a lot of vitamin deficiency is a big deal.
Vitamin D, vitamin E,
especially now that we're
zinc.
Like in the house a lot more than we usually are, you know. Vitamins are important. So yeah. It's been nice talking to you guys today.
Look at she's done. She is done. Look at her.
Love you guys. You guys enjoy your Monday.
We're not done yet, babe. We're not done. She's just ready to stop. So, anyway. So the other day, we were out. I'm just joking, honey. I'm just joking. Come on. So you guys, yeah, we didn't really have much to talk about today. Mm-hmm. It was a random day.
It's okay. If we don't have anything to talk about, it's okay.
Earlier she had something to say.
No.
But now she don't have nothing to say.
I didn't even have anything to say.
Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Reese. Reese is like introvert.
That's because she's one too, so she recognizes
Oh, I know. And I definitely remember with Reese. Yeah. Reese is like, I'll be like, hey, Reese. We have conversations like that fast.
Yep, that's it.
And every time I see you, it's like, hey, Pastor.
It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be long.
Right. But now let's talk about Ed. Me and Ed will talk a head off a mushroom.
Do you know I did not know that Ed was a talker?
Yeah.
I thought Ed was super quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love you guys. Enjoy your Monday. Get out,
she
get
said
some
Kaya
sun.
is out. Look at her. She's done.
Get some sun. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Take your vitamins.
You guys, today, right now, if go for a walk. It's beautiful outside right now. I don't know where everybody else is. I don't know what the weather's like in Atlanta or wherever you're at right now. You guys, or Texas, you guys go outside today.
LaTanya knows me so well. She said
Yes.
she's just happy y'all made it through without any craziness, which is true.
Yeah,
That's why I'm like, this is a
I
great
know.
time to exit because something random or crazy could happen at any second.
And now this is Sabrina. Now let's talk about Sabrina, okay?
No, Sabrina, we're leaving.
Because Sabrina,
You didn't send us any topics.
Sabrina, this is what Sabrina will do. Sabrina's the one that comes knocking on the door, and she's at the house all day. She'll fall asleep. It'll be 3 o'clock in the morning. She would just have to let herself out. She just loves the company. She loves to sit around and just talk to all of us. That's how she does. So, yeah. So anyway, that's just how we are. All of us are like that. We're all will love and sit down and talk. Oh, there you go. Lock it up.
Lock it up.
Lock it up, Kaya.
Lock it up.
There he goes.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful
love
outside.
Love you, Tai.
Well, look, we love you guys. We're just like, I had a coffee. I had a cup of coffee. Kaya's probably on 2. So, besides that, guys, we love you. We'll see you.
Tardes.
Yes. See you guys Tuesday Bible study online. Wherever you guys are going to be at church tomorrow,
Yep.
and then before that.
We love y'all.
Yep, we love you, and that's it. I think that's it, right?
That's it. Bye.
Look at her.
Love you guys.